And we're back with part 2. So in this part then, we'll be continuing on with the exterior for the build. But all we're going to do to begin with is diagonal from the far right hand block, which is going to place 5 out with our snow. Once you've placed this next to this, which can leave a 2 block space. And then you want to place 5 wide again with your snow. So on each of these sections then, on the outside blocks, we're going to place 3 high with our snow. So that's the first section placed, now for the second. On top of the blocks we extended up, we're going to run a row of snow all the way along the top. So once you've placed that row, you should be left with 2 3x3 spaces, in which we're going to fill with our glass panes. And next, behind the far right hand block, which can extend out with our snow, another 12 blocks, making it 13 blocks in length overall. And once you've done that, on the right hand side of the last block we just placed, we're going to extend our snow out another 12 blocks. So the last block should finish in line with the snow on the opposite side. So once we sleep on the last block of snow we just placed, we're just going to extend it all the way across to the snow next to the window. So you can see we've now created the main floor plan for the mansion. But above the first section we placed in this video, we're just going to be extending our snow up another 5 blocks. So that's the first row of snow extended up there. Now we should need to do exactly the same for the remaining rows of snow. Next, for the side of the building, which can be extending up all the rows to the same height as the snow we extended up on the front of the building. So again, extending it up another 9 blocks to make it 10 blocks in height overall. But for the section next to this, we're going to be placing it slightly different, as we're going to be placing 2 windows in this wall. So on the second block in then, we're just going to place 1 glass pane, and leaving a 1 block space next to this, we're just going to place 1 more glass pane. And we can go ahead and extend them up another 7 blocks to make them 8 blocks in height overall. So for the rest of this wall, apart from on the far right row, we're going to be filling it with our snow. So you can see we're starting 1 block in from the right hand side, and that's where we need to start placing our snow. And again, for all the rows, just placing 9 high with your snow. To finish off this wall then, we just need to place our snow above our glass panes. So for the last section then, we're going to be placing it the same height as the snow next to the back window. And again, extending this up for all the rows. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and place our nether brick fence posts. So to start with, on the front, on every 3rd block, we're just going to place a nether brick fence post. So starting from the left hand side on the 3rd block in, and then you just want to continue on from there. So you should have to place 4 fence posts in total for the front section. And then you can go ahead and extend your nether brick fence posts up to make them 3 blocks in height. Next, on the side of the building, we're just going to count 3 blocks away from the far right hand fence post, and here we're just going to place 1 more fence post, again making it 3 blocks in height. Next, for the back, we're going to be placing our nether brick fence post exactly the same as we did on the front, so you should have to place 4 in total, and again placing them on every 3rd block. So the last thing we're going to be doing with our fence post is from the back left fence post, which is going to count 3 blocks away. And on the third block, same as the front, we're going to be placing one more 3 high fence post. Now that we've placed all of our fence posts, we're going to be placing our grey wool row around the top of it. So on the snow next to our window, we're just going to count 4 blocks up. And on the 4th block up, you just want to place a block of light grey wool. And with this, we can go ahead and extend it back so it finishes in line with the last nether brick fence post. And once you got that, we're just going to come to the last block and extend it out one more block. And then we're just going to extend it back so it finishes in line with the last nether brick fence post again. Lastly then, for this row, we're going to do exactly the same and extend it out one block. And then just extend it all the way back to the snow. So that's the first layer placed. Now diagonal to every light grey wool block, we're just going to place our grey wool. So going all the way around and just placing your grey wool. So that's the front place. Now for the side and back. There you go, so that's all of our grey wool placed. So the last thing we're going to be doing for this episode is we're just going to be placing the porch at the front. So on the right hand section of our building, we're just going to come to the far left hand block and build back 8 blocks with our snow. And once you've done that, on the bottom right hand corner, we're going to do exactly the same and extend back 8 blocks again. So on the last block, we extended out for both the sides. We're just going to extend our snow in an additional 3 blocks. So you should just be left with a 4 block space down the centre. And once you've done that, at the front on the 2 4 wide sections, we're just going to be placing 3 high with our nether brick fence posts on the first and last block for each section. So you should have to place 4 rows of nether brick fence posts in total. So the last thing we're going to be doing for this part is we're just going to be placing our porch roof. So on the row next to the left hand section we extended out, we're just going to count up 5 blocks. And on the 5th block with our grey wool, we're just going to extend back 8 blocks. Next, diagonal to this row of grey wool, we're just going to place 2 wide with our grey wool again, and making sure to extend it back so it finishes 8 blocks in length. And once you've done that, we're just going to repeat this 2 wide section 2 more times, so again placing it diagonal to each section. So you should have to place 3 2 wide sections in total. Now for the last 2 wide section. And that's the first half of the roof done. So for the second half, we just need to mirror what we did on the first half. So again, 3 2 wide sections, and then a 1 wide section to finish off. So I am just going to be placing the back row to begin with, so you can see the pattern that we're going to be placing. And we can go ahead and extend all of our rows out. And there you go, that was the last thing we needed to do for this part. In the next part, we'll be carrying on with the exterior and hopefully making a good start on the interior.